Hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on the Primaris Apothecary. We're just going to do a quick unboxing and review. Love the way the model turned out actually. It's kind of an interesting one. I've gone through a long path of, do I get a Primaris Apothecary? Is it the right way to go? And I think my take on the characters is this. I think you kind of always want to fight for that extra little bit of survivability because the characters have such an impact on the rest of your army. And for 16 extra points, which is essentially another Space Marine, you would get a character. So it's kind of interesting. I do like the fact that it's basically two Space Marines bundled into one, giving your apothecary another point of life. Giving them a little bit of extra kind of oomph and presence on the field, which is great. And the model is pretty awesome. We've already seen the apothecaries in the command sets, but this guy's got a little bit of an extra kind of presence to him, so I think it's really, really sweet. So the box is pretty cool. Obviously, it's got that new kind of format with the deep background and the bright model inside of it for sure. You got the side, same shot used over and over and over again. But on the back, they give you kind of an idea of what's inside the box. You've got the option for helmeted head or regular head. It shows the surgeon's tools there, which is kind of cool. You can see he's holding the progenoid gland. Progenoid gland, yeah, for sure. And he's got his absolver bolt pistol, which is kind of cool as well. But you can swap that out for the reductor bolt pistol, which is kind of cool. And of course, it gives you a little bit of the painting as to how we painted the base of the model. And then it's got the cloak colors in here as well. So it's nice as a point of sale. You can go and you can say, I want these following pieces or these following paints to make this guy a reality. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's open the guy up. So the box, just open it. I haven't opened it yet. Slide this in here. So the box comes with the instructions and all that as well. So inside the box, we've got our instruction booklet. Let's take a quick look at that first. And we can see it's pretty common fare. They got all the, before assembling your miniature, please read through the instructions in this booklet carefully. So don't glue your face to your fingers or anything silly like that. But again, it's just got kind of the same two pictures that they had on there. Nice. Open it up. Oh, the rules are great. Oh yeah, and so we've got these really nice, clear assembly instructions, which are pretty cool. And I like the fact that they've got a kind of an order to everything. Now, I saw this with the Death Guard, and it was definitely needed in the corpse cart, but literally in order. Do this, then do this, then do this. And it's a pretty detailed kit. You can see that for one model, there's lots and lots of little assemblies and pieces and things like that. But I have to say it's kind of nice. It even shows you where to glue the model onto the base so that you get the most coverage. It shows you where to put your transfers, which transfers go where. That's always kind of nice. And there's even a transfer for our friend down on the ground there as well. And then we move into the rules, and of course we got the different different languages there. But we got the rules for the apothecary. He's got a 5-inch move, 3+3+ for ballistic, so basic Marines there. But again, he's got that extra wound. I think the Power Marine one's only got 4 wounds. He's got the extra attack, which is great. Honestly, I think you could just do Primaris just by doing piggybacking Space Marines, which would be really cool. It's got the rules for all their the absolver, the reductor bolt pistol, the frag grenade, the crack grenade. They've got they shall know no fear. It's got all the other elements in there. So it regains D3 lost wounds. If the chosen unit contains no wounded models, but one of its models has been slain during battle, on a D6, on a 4+, the model's returned with 1 wound remaining. So that's actually pretty sweet because the apothecary, in theory, is close by, so you can kind of keep healing them up. But a large squad with lots of powerful characters would be pretty sweet to have this in here. Select a friendly chapter, infantry, or biker within. So it's got to be specific. You can't resurrect any of the other Imperium guys. But pretty cool nonetheless, cranking in at a whole 4 power, which isn't bad for 40 power games. And it's just great to have this bubble on the field to keep guys alive. Back is just more of the different languages. So instructions are nice, clean, and clear. That's always good to see. And I mean, it's just kind of standard fare these days for G-Dub. So this is kind of cool. Now, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but it's all kind of clicked in here. You see this little this little bit that kind of goes out and out like this. So it's all clicked in, so as it's in transit, it won't jiggle all over the place, which is pretty cool. It's loose. Oh no, it's clicked in there at the bottom as well. So the box was custom designed for these sprues, so that's pretty cool. Let's take a look here. Just gonna be very careful and pull this out. And pull this guy out as well. All right, so we got the base, which is the larger 40 mil base, which is kind of the thing with the characters these days. We've got our Ultramarines Primaris transfer sheet. So if we're doing Ultramarines, which it seems a lot of people are these days, it works just fine. Get that up there and out of the way. Not bad. The decals are decent, and it's got, so you can res up a lieutenant, which I'm sure is going to happen more times than not. All right, I guess you won't be resing a lieutenant, because if they're gone, it's not a unit anymore. Okay, so let's take a look. So we've got... obviously, we've got the base, this kind of stylized base. And I love how a lot of the characters are coming along with this now. You can see the iconography. So there's loads of detail, the busted up ceramite armor. And you've got the backpack with the hooks at the top for our little repairy. What do we call them? The surgeon tools, right? Absolutely. Not surgeon tools. Absolutely. And we've got the back here. Oh, what's this on the back? Oh, it's like a little skull with a symbol in there. Pretty sweet. We've got the nice cloak. We've got the holster at the back. So lots and lots of detail. Now, of course, this is pretty multi-part kit in fashion. So you'll see that there's lots and lots of pieces to kind of build the complex model. The headpiece is really cool as well. See if I can get that a little closer. The headpiece is really sweet as well. We can see that we've got all the little bits of sensorum kind of elements in the top there. The naked head on its own. He's got the service studs, which is pretty cool. So he's been around for a while. No, nice. Next up, we've got our little fiddly accessories bit. And we can see that we've got, the little flask that's in here. We've got the shoulder pads, which are all kind of labeled up nice. These actually be pretty sweet to paint. I think that's another thing, again, with the Primaris. I did a review before, but very nice and easy to paint. Lots of, hard edges and ridges, so you can edge highlight as opposed to trying to work with all that shading work. So really nice looking. I'm really thinking it's nice that there's a lot of fineness to these tools, but they're still relatively sturdy. About as sturdy as a guardsman kind of las gun. I think sometimes, the tendency is to have things be really, really frail. This little drilly bit here might be a bit frail, but he's a character. We'll take good care of him anyway. All right, so really liking the way that it's set up on the sprues. Next up, we'll move on to the assembly, and we'll be right back. All right, sweet. So we've got them all put together, and he turned out really well. Actually, really love the way that he's standing once he's all assembled. The Primaris guys being so tall and then kind of enhanced by the height of these guys, the little doodads, the surgeon tools up top, really kind of makes him stand out and nice and tall. Of course, the way he's holding the reductor bolt pistol there is very natural. You can see he's looking at the progenitor gland. You can see he's got his little scanning devicey thing, and he's looking through that. And just you get a real sense of animation and sense of character as he's analyzing the gland to make sure it doesn't wasn't corrupted by any disease or anything like that. So really liking the way that turned out. Now, the one little bit on the assembly instructions were fantastic. Like we saw, they're very detailed. It's very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it kind of walks you through, which is great. But the one thing that kind of was a little off was this piece right here. And I would actually recommend build the entire body together first and then put the sensor on at the end. It was a little bit tricky to figure out exactly what was going on with that sensor there. But in the end, it made sense. And if I actually looked at the box, if I retrieve the box here, if I spent any time in looking at the box, you'd see that it's got that, he's looking through it, looking at the gland, so that makes a lot more sense. So regardless, I'm really liking the way that he turned out. The detail is really sweet. The ingrained detailing through here is really nice. The little apothecary little kind of containers here with all his aspirin and his Advil and his extra strength Tylenol and all that are nice, and they've all got all the purity seals on them to make sure that all the medications are still in good shape. And I love the look of the Space Marine down on the ground here as well. There's a lot of molded bases coming with the big characters and stuff now, and I think it's actually pretty cool because basing is always one of those big challenges. But literally having just withdrawn it from that Space Marine and just kind of keep making sure everything's cool and moving on. I like the fact that things are, nice and clean lines on the back, like all the rest of the Primaris. There's that little kind of the apothecary symbology on the back here as well. And I like the fact that you got lots of options. When looking at the two that weren't in there, there's the regular kind of bolt pistol. But to be honest, I think you just go with the really pretty one, and then it doesn't have to be crazy WYSIWYG. I don't think people are going to lose their minds. But the head is pretty cool. You got the other bolt pistol in there, which is nice as well. And you got different charging tools as well if you wanted to mix up just your different apothecaries. So it's actually a pretty sweet kit. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really looking forward to painting him up. Now, I'm going to be doing him up in the Ultramarine scheme, which is great because the decals come in Ultramarines. If not, you might have to kind of pimp off a couple of extra transfers from friends. But really liking the style of it. The little pad here is nice and detailed and kind of stands out, but it's not like monstrous and just kind of getting in the way of everything else. So yeah, no, a sweet kit, really happy, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting them painted up. Should be the next video that we do up here. Wargasm's coming up fairly quickly, and I'm actually painting this up for a friend of all things. So I'm going to do the blue a little bit differently, but in general, it's going to be a nice kind of dirty white with a big bright red. So going to be awesome. So if you like this review, obviously hit the like button. If you want more reviews like this, or you want to see any of our painting videos or gameplay videos or any of our narrative stuff, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and there's a little bell right beside the subscribe button. And if you whack that, you actually get the notifications when we post up a new video. So I just want to say thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next video, and I hope it was of value. See you soon.